When we talk about meditation, formal meditation, sitting down, coming to your breath, closing your eyes, and that sort of thing, we think about being present. We think about being mindful. We think about just simply being in the moment. And that is good, but a lot of people, as soon as they stand up from their meditation, they end up losing that stillness and presence that they just had come into. So in this video, I want to talk about how we can start to cultivate more of that presence and stillness that you get in meditation, but have it go throughout your day. Because that is ultimately what we are aiming for. Anyone and everyone can sit in meditation once or twice a day and be present and come to their breath and be calm in a closed room with no distractions and just being with you. But what about when things are challenging, when you have to get out of your comfort zone, when things are hard in your relationship or at work? We need to be able to bring in that same level of stillness and presence and awareness that we have in meditation into those situations so that we can really reap the benefits of mindfulness and practicing stillness. Because if we only do it once or twice a day, but the rest of our waking hours is just reactive and emotional and all of that sort of thing, we're not really gaining anything. Now, I'm definitely not knocking meditation whatsoever. I practice it twice a day. I find it helpful in its own way. But just because I sit and meditate for 30 minutes a day doesn't mean that just then carries over into when things are difficult and challenging. Maybe it does a little bit. I don't know. But I need to be present and still in difficult situations, and I have to actively try to do that. And that is what we're going to be talking about in this video today. When you sit down and meditate, you focus on your breath. You feel calm, clear, and grounded. And then you go back into your day. And within a few minutes, you're kind of back in your head. Probably as soon as you stand up from your meditation. Thinking, reacting, rushing. And by the end of the day, you feel maybe exhausted, or you almost feel like that sense of presence and stillness is gone. So the question is what's the point of meditation if you can't bring it into your daily life? So when we're practicing stillness, this is not just a one-time thing. Stillness is not something you do for just 10 minutes. It's something you have to live and breathe. But most people treat it like an activity. I'll be present and still when I meditate, and the rest of the day, well, that kind of just seems to go out the window. And people are usually lost in thought and in reaction and whatever it is. So stillness can only transform your life when it enters into daily moments. Life really does kind of pull our attention outward, whether it be notifications on our phones, responsibilities that we have, conversations, stress, and the mind gets activated and starts thinking constantly. Planning, reacting, replaying conversations, and without realizing it, you're no longer really here. You're no longer in the present moment. You're no longer in stillness. Stillness is lost when attention is completely taken by thought and by your own reactivity. So the shift here is that you don't need more time. You just need more moments of stillness. Small returns throughout the day, coming back to the breath, coming back to the present moment, and that needs to be your spiritual practice. It can be 10 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. Like, these moments begin to add up, and it's something you can just throw into your daily routine and to remember to do it, and that can be very helpful. There are two ways to return instantly to stillness, and that is the breath, because the breath is always here. It's always in the present moment. It takes you out of future and past into the now. So taking one conscious breath, feeling it fully, inhaling, exhaling, and immediately you just feel a little bit calmer. The second one is body awareness. So bringing your attention into the body, feeling your hands, your chest, your feet, not thinking about it, not trying to get something from that, but just sensing and feeling. And you can feel an aliveness there when you put your awareness there. The body anchors you in the present moment as well, just like the breath does. Meditation is something you can do if you want. I know there are benefits to practicing formal meditation. Is it necessary? Not really. But practicing being still and present can bring about those same benefits and maybe even enhancing that you get in meditation, and just bringing them throughout your day. So while you're eating, bringing your attention to your food. While you're drinking water, bringing your attention there. While you're walking from your kitchen to your living room, just simply being present there. When you're talking to a friend or your spouse, giving your fullest attention there. Coming to your breath a couple times during the day and remembering to do that. These are all things that you can implement that are going to bring you to the present moment, that are going to bring you into stillness, that your stress is going to drop, and you're going to enjoy life more. So when things get stressful, this is where it can also be very helpful. You may feel angry or frustrated about something, and all of a sudden stillness kind of disappears. But this is the most powerful time to return to stillness, to simply pause, to take a breath, to feel your body, and to just not react. Even for just a few seconds, this can completely shift your state of being. So stillness interrupts reactivity. You should really try to make this a habit. This becomes a practice, and this can be your spiritual practice. Even if you don't do anything else, simply practicing stillness can be it. Not something you remember once, but something you return to again and again. Morning, midday, evening, just coming back to the practices that I've talked about here. You can even set small reminders if you need to, and over time it will just simply become more natural. So now I want to talk about the benefits of living with stillness. And when you practice this consistently, your mind will become quieter, stress reduces, reactions soften, clarity increases, relationships deepen, but most importantly, you feel more connected to your life. And for me personally, I'm still practicing this and working on this in my daily life. I practice meditation morning and evening, but what I've noticed is that if I'm not really practicing stillness too, I don't get the benefits of meditation, if you will. I'm not getting those benefits of being in the present moment, because I'm still for a couple, for 30 minutes a day, morning and evening or whatever, and then it's just like into the rat race of things. But when I practice this, I do feel more connected. I do enjoy things more, and I'm more present with people and situations, and I make better choices in my life that always result into just a more positive result. And I'm not as stressed, and I'm just more here. And we need more people like that, because your work is going to get better, your relationships are going to get better, your mental health will be better, you're just going to feel better in your body. And it's not the most fun thing to do. It isn't the most enjoyable thing. It's not stimulating. It's anti-stimulating. So it might even feel boring. But some things are boring, and that's okay. And it's okay to have this to be boring. We need to be more bored, I think, actually. Instead of being constantly on our phones and constantly stimulated, we need a break. And simply coming to the breath and practicing these things can help you kind of disconnect from those things and get you back into a natural rhythm, into the present moment. And you'll have more clarity of mind and more intuition and all of those, and creativity. These things will just come up more naturally for you, and it will benefit your life in many ways. So start simply. Pick 3 moments in your day It could be maybe the first meal you have, and then also maybe in one conversation that you have in one stressful moment, and practice stillness there. That's it. Just start there. It's really simple, not difficult, and you can build on that too, but start with that. So throughout your day, simply pause, take one conscious breath, feel your body, and return again and again, as much as you want. So stillness is not something you find in isolation. It's something you bring into your life and into your moments, into your interactions and your day. And the more you return to it, the more natural it becomes. Until eventually you're not trying to be still. It's just simply who you are and like how you show up in the world. I'll see you in the next video.